Hey guys, Ag Nerd here. Hope you and your family are doing well. So you're thinking about buying a new tractor and you're thinking about buying an LS tractor. I'm going to just talk to you about my experience. I was in the market and I did buy a new tractor. LS tractors was one of the tractors I was looking at, and I'm just going to give you a little breakdown of my experience and how that transpired. So here we go. So as you know, we run a little small farm here in the East Texas area, and we have a cow calf operation. We cut and bale hay. We have goatsies, chickens, Christmas trees, blackberries, blueberries. We just dabble in a lot of different little things. But our hay production has picked up. We're doing a lot more baling, and we knew it was time to expand. So we have our old blue tractor, which now being coined old blue, a Ford 3910. She cuts, rakes, and bales. And we knew it was time to expand and get a second tractor. I know we wanted to get a new tractor with a cab, and we have some HVAC, which is way cool. Really love that. And LS was one of the tractors that we were contemplating, that we were looking at. So I started doing my research and reaching out. We were looking at an MT 463, an LS, and so I reached out to a LS dealership there in Granbury, Texas, and hey, I'm interested in this tractor. Tell me about it. What kind of deals do you have on it? What are the horsepower? All the different types of questions that you would start the conversation with. And the reason I was primarily working on this dealership with this specific tractor is, as I said, they had a lot of good deals, a lot of incentives, a good price, along with 0% interest rate, which I hate to finance anything, but if I'm going to, I like the sound of that 0%. So I reached out to this one salesperson, and he said, "Oh yeah," he was very excited, very started the conversation out very nice. Um, started talking to me about all the specs and the weight, and we started talking about special additive in the tires and all that kind of stuff. And it then it turned into, well, I can't tell you anymore unless you're ready to start making a deal. And I'm in it because they have a good incentives, and I'm like, okay, well, let's start talking about the deal. And well, all right, well, how serious are you? And I'm very serious. I wouldn't be calling. I'm just an old farm guy. I'm not trying to buy a Mercedes or a Cadillac. And okay, well, I can't quote you a price until you fill out a form. Okay, well, what kind of form do I need to fill out, and what does that look like? He goes, well, I'm going to have your social security number, and we're going to do a soft credit check, and I'm serious. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm serious. I don't mind. I don't normally like giving that information out, but I'm seriously considering buying this tractor. So, okay, I'll play along. We'll go. And he goes, but before I do, you have to you have to guarantee me, if I make these numbers work, that you're going to buy this tractor. And I started feeling icky. I started feeling like, man, why is this guy working me so hard? But once again, the incentives were good. I'm trying to work through this. And so I give him my social security, work experience, job salary. I did everything but, tell him how much my barn's worth and my hay baler's worth. So he came back and he goes, oh, okay, well, that's in the works. And I'm like, all right, well, let's talk numbers. And so we start talking numbers, and it was just nowhere near in the ballpark, no more near than what I've seen. We follow Facebook, people comment, and I'm like, hey man, I know these tractors are going for this amount of money, and I know that guys are buying them. Oh no, you can't believe everything you see on social media, and let me get my finance manager in here, and so I guess they started trying to play this hard, good cop, bad cop. And so they started working me back and forth. And it just, I'm not going to go into every detail. It just became high pressure used car sales. And I just, if you're in the market for an LS tractor, I would strongly consider you to listen to the words that I've just told you and consider if that's what you're in for. If that's what if you're used to kind of going in and doing those kind of tactics, then man, that dealership is for you. Um, it was not for me. I ended up saying, look, man, this is too high pressure for me. And then the guy started going, you're a liar. You're lying. You I asked you if you'd buy this tractor and now you're lying. Buddy, don't call me a liar. I mean, when you're doing those kind of antics and tactics and, this is a farm tractor dealership. So anyway, just venting there. This has been a few months back and it still stings. And LS Tractor and that dealership that's in Granbury, I did buy a tractor. I do love the tractor I bought, and I did not buy it from you. And I did not buy an LS. I don't know if it's a good tractor or a bad tractor. I couldn't get that far. So I'm praying for you. I'm praying for all of you. God bless. Ag Nerd out.